Welcome to general session, May 21st, 2019. Good morning.
Morning.
Don't sit down. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Boyce.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we will need approval of the minutes of May 7, 2019 general session and the minutes of May 19 briefing session.
So move.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Minutes have been approved.
Thank you. County Engineer.
Resolution number 357-19, establishing, altering, and widening of Plumtree Drive westerly from Olentangy River Road, State Route 315, Sharon Township, Franklin County, Ohio, declared necessary.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Cornell Robertson, the county engineer for everyone in Franklin County. Commissioners, this first resolution is for a small project in the northwest part of the county in Sharon Township, west of 315. It will be a drainage improvement, and this resolution is the first in a series of two to declare the project necessary.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 357-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 357-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 358-19, authorizing a contract with Barge Design Solutions Incorporated Consultants to provide an on-call general engineering services in the amount of $100,000.
Commissioners, as stated, this resolution is for a design contract with Barge. They will likely help us design a culvert improvement along Dublin Road near Rings Road. We utilize the qualifications-based selection process and recommend your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 358-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 358-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 359-19, authorizing contracts with Kindler and Associates, LLC, Michael T. Collins, P.E., and Ronald J. Kajak Associates, Incorporated, to provide consulting services in the amount of $116,489.70.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
This
Good morning.
resolution seeks authorization for...
It's not on, you probably have
Is
to
it
use
on?
this. No, that one's not.
There it
Oh, there
is.
it goes.
Apologize.
That's okay.
This resolution seeks authorization for professional services contracts with Kindler and Associates, LLC, Michael T. Collins, and Ronald J. Gajok and Associates, Inc. Kindler and Associates, Inc. will provide pavement management inspection services for roadways throughout Franklin County. Michael T. Collins will provide mechanical and electrical engineering services for the engineer's office, and Ronald J. Gajok will provide architectural services for the engineer's office facilities. Pending any questions, I'd ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 360-19. 359-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 359-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 360-19, report second of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Barrel Road from Quail Creek Boulevard to State Route 104 project, Jackson Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $116,848.
Commissioners, as stated, this resolution seeks compensation for property owners abutting the Boar Road from Quail Creek Boulevard to State Route 104 Improvement Project. The project, located in the southwest part of the county in Jackson Township, will reconstruct Boar Road and build a modern roundabout at the intersection of Buckeye Parkway. We negotiated with the property owners, and compensation was based on appraised fair market value. Pending any questions, I'd ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 360-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution 360-19 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
County Recorder.
Resolution number 361-19, a resolution to consider the merits of abolishing land registration.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Commissioners. Melissa Messina-Lanthorn, Chief of Staff for the Recorder's Office. I have with me Eric Sells, who's our HR Person and Policy Director. This resolution is for registered land, the abolishment of the registered land system, also known as Torrens deeds. It's a separate method for keeping land records that started in Ohio more than 100 years ago. The system never really took off in Franklin County, with less than 40 properties in Franklin County still considered in this system. Therefore, most of the properties of the 400,000 parcels we have in the county aren't affected by it. Keeping this antiquated system results in a significant knowledge gap because there are so few, and it's costing the county, as we have attrition with folks retiring, we don't have folks on staff who understand the system and understand that they need to go there much longer, or that they need to go there to look for these properties. So these properties, after we abolish this system, the property records will simply be included with the regular record. They're not going away. It's not the records aren't going away. It's just the system, the idea of how you record them is not going to be necessary anymore. And then of the properties that are included in this, there's only a few that we have identified, and most of those are small slivers of land, a part of a larger portion of land, for example, that Ohio State holds, that Ohio Wesleyan holds, other entities like that who most likely aren't going to even notice or even treat the property as if it's in this registered land system. So this resolution today is just the first step in this. There is more process. There's more steps to this process as prescribed by Ohio Revised Code, and our office will gladly work with the Commissioner's office to come up with a cost-benefit analysis. We've already started some of those discussions with your team to then have a public hearing and do all that. This is just the first step. So pending any questions, I'd ask for your approval as we begin this process.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 361-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 361-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
the explanation.
You're welcome.
I think it's helpful.
Great. Thank you so much.
The Sheriff's Office.
Resolution number 362-19, authorizing first contract extensions with Bob Barker Company Incorporated, Walter F. Stevens Jr. Incorporated, Tab Textiles Company Incorporated, and Victory Supply LLC for inmate bedding and linens for the Franklin County Sheriff's Office in the amount of $125,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services, representing Sheriff Dallas Baldwin. This resolution does authorize the first of 4 optional one-year contract extensions through March 19th, 2020 to supply the jails with inmate bedding and linens. The items include mattresses, flat sheets, bath towels, washcloths, wool and non-wool blankets. There are no price changes over last year with the exception of nominal increases due to freight costs for flat sheets and wool blankets. Pending any questions, ask approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 362-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 362-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Public Defender.
Resolution number 363-19, authorizing a one-year contract between the City of Columbus, the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, and the Franklin County Public Defenders Commission in the amount of $1,354,837.
Good morning, Commissioners. Christy Clarizio, representing the Franklin County Public Defender's Office. This first resolution is for the 2019 contract between the City of Columbus, Franklin County Board of Commissioners, and the Franklin County Public Defender Commission to provide legal services to indigent persons in Franklin County Municipal Court this year. The total estimated cost of services in this program for this year is $5,708,884. 56% of these cases in municipal court this year will be state charge misdemeanors, we estimate. It's based on actuals from last year. The cost to the county is estimated to be $3,196,975 before the state reimbursement of 42%. After that reimbursement, $1,854,246 will be the obligation for the county. 44% of the cases in municipal court this year will be city charges, a cost to the city in the amount of $2,511,909. After the 42% state reimbursement and the reconciliation amount to the city of $102,070, the city's obligation for this contract today will be $1,354,837. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 363-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 363-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution number 364-19, authorizing transfer of general fund appropriations for data center services and office equipment.
Commissioners, this resolution is for additional appropriations for the, first of all, for the purchase of a new scanner. We're requesting $16,885 to purchase a new Kodak scanner to replace the 5-year-old scanner that's not currently working at its capacity and is in need of repair. This cost also includes a 2-year parts and labor warranty. The other part of this resolution is for additional appropriations for the increased costs in 2019 from the Franklin County Data Center invoices. The average has increased this year monthly by 29.7%. This is due to increases in the hourly services rates that are charged, and our storage space has grown primarily because of our CMS system. The additional $46,805 appropriations are needed to cover the cost of increased invoices through the end of this year. Both of these are subject to 42% current state reimbursement. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 364-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce. Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 364-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christie.
Franklin County Data Center.
Resolution number 365-19, authorizing the county administrator to enter into an agreement with WeConnect Community Data Center to provide information technology hosting services in the amount of $409,320.
Good morning, Commissioners. Julie Last, Franklin County Data Center. And with me today is Data Center CIO Adam Frumkin. This resolution authorizes the county administrator to execute documentation associated with continued services at our secondary data center, which provides Franklin County with information technology, high availability, and disaster recovery of some vital websites, applications, and data. Pending any questions, we do request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 365-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 365-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 366-19, authorizing a contract with CDW Government LLC for consulting services associated with Microsoft Office 365 Implementation Design Workshop in the amount of $28,100.
And this resolution is for engineering services that will lead a Microsoft 365 design workshop. During that workshop, the data center will work with the consultant to evaluate our current infrastructure and security environment and design a roadmap for Office 365 implementation. The plan is to implement the email portion of Office 365 and mobile device management this year, and then move into Phase 2, which will include other collaboration and efficiency tools within Office 365. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 366-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes.
Resolution number 366-19 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sanitary engineer.
Resolution number 367-19, a resolution authorizing a water supply revolving loan account application to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and the Ohio Water Department Authority for the construction phase of the Little Farm Subdivision Water Line Replacement Project Phase 2.
Good morning.
Morning.
Stephen Renner with the Sanitary Engineering Department. Commissioners, I am before you for a resolution to secure the remaining funding needed for Phase 2 of the Little Farms Water Main Replacement Project. This resolution will authorize us to apply for a little bit more than $2.3 million for the remaining portion of that funding needed.
Great. Director Renner, I don't have any questions on this particular resolution, but if you don't mind, we could talk maybe later today. There is something connected to this I did want to talk to you about, so I don't have any questions other than that. So if there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 367-19.
Second.
Moved to second voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 367-19 has been adopted.
Before you step away, I just wanted to say, I hear from somebody around the courthouse, you might be celebrating a birthday, huh? Happy
Yes.
birthday, Director Renner.
Thank you very much,
Too
Commissioner.
bad the county engineer's not here. Got a special birthday wish.
You could have. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
We're gonna sing to him like we did.
Your voice
come
is
on.
better.
My
You're
voice is not
good.
better. My voice is always terrible.
Well, that could be, but
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephen. Happy birthday to you. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Be well.
Lord.
And Ken, you thought you were special getting happy birthday sung to
economic development and planning.
We're not doing this every time somebody has a birthday.
No, we're not.
Oh, no,
But
we
you
said
never
press
know-
it.
Not
But
if-
you
not
never
if-
know when it will
Not if
happen.
Marilyn's gonna make me lead the singing.
Resolution
I
number
don't
368-19. Resolution awarding a loan agreement with Community Housing Network for the Parsons Place Housing Project in the amount of $500,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jenny Snap, Assistant Director, Economic Development and Planning, and thankfully, it is not my birthday today. I'm joined today by Mark Paxson, our Community Development Administrator, who will take you through the first two resolutions.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
The Parsons Place Housing Project will result in the construction of 62 permanent supportive housing units for homeless individuals in Columbus. The project is located on Bartham Avenue, adjacent to Parsons Avenue. The project is funded with $500,000 from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The funding has been approved by the County Commissioners under the 2018 Action Plan and has met all requisite citizen participation requirements.
And we're really glad that we're doing this one. We do have a speaker on this resolution, and at this time, I would bring up Sister Barbara Kane of the Dominican Sisters of Peace. And welcome to today's meeting. I would like to remind you, you have 3 minutes, and to speak on this resolution, we welcome you today. Thank you.
You're welcome. Commissioners Brown, O'Grady, and Boyce, I am Sister Barbara Kane. I'm the Justice Promoter for the Dominican Sisters of Peace, and we are located here in Franklin County. Before my current ministry, I was the Director of the Dominican Learning Center, an adult literacy and ESL center on the south side of Columbus. I'm here because we are all concerned about the lack of affordable housing in Franklin County, and I am here as a Dominican Sister of Peace, but also as a member of the BREAD organization. First of all, thank you very much for your resolution, or I hope for your resolution, to commit $500,000 for the Parsons Place apartments. One of the major reasons why students at the Dominican Learning Center miss classes or drop out altogether is because of housing. They go from place to place trying to find decent and safe housing that they can afford. Many of our students also struggle with substance abuse and find it hard to live normal, well-planned lives. So the Parsons Place project would be an excellent resource for these students. We have many students who also have difficulty finding housing for their families. They would be forced to leave mold-infested apartments or required to wait around all day for the landlord to come and fix a broken toilet or check the premises. I applaud that you are doing this work and for the Parsons Place project, but more needs to be done. And like the persistent widow in the New Testament, I am asking that you increase the conveyance fee to the maximum and invest it in the Affordable Housing Trust. This is a perfect time to make this move. Last Tuesday, I was talking to a retired minister who is moving to Dayton. On that day, his condo was going on the market, and his realtor had scheduled a showing with a potential buyer. During the hour that I was with him, his realtor scheduled 2 more potential buyers. And when I saw him the very next morning, he told me that he had sold his condo for slightly more than the asking price. It is a seller's market out there, and an increase in $2 more per thousand will hardly be felt. This brings me to my final point. It is often the nature of governance that deals are made behind closed doors. You have even met with the Bread privately to discuss our concerns, and we thank you for that. This is necessary to work through complicated issues, but it can be problematic if these deals are kept secret and if for some reason they help groups and hurt others, especially those most in need. Bread seeks to be transparent and open and insists that our government leaders be open and transparent also. We are persistent and insistent, and you have accused us of being bullies. According to the National Center Against Bullying, bullying is when an individual or a group of people with more power repeatedly and intentionally cause hurt or harm to another person or group. Bread is not trying to bully the commissioners of Franklin County. We don't have more power than you. In fact, we very much want to work together with you and the City of Columbus to solve the problem of affordable housing. We are not trying to intentionally cause hurt or harm to you, but also like the persistent widow, we do want you to be accountable to your constituents. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming in.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 368-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 368-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 369-19, awarding a loan agreement with Community Housing Network for the Marshbrook Place Housing Project in the amount of $100,000.
We do have a rendering of the Marshbrook Place housing when it will be finally constructed. Also, we have the benefit of Ryan Castle in the audience from CHN in case there's any questions. The Marshbrook Place housing project will result in the construction of 40 permanent supportive housing units for transition-aged youth and their children in Columbus. The project is located on Chariton Road, that's on the east side near Bryce Road, as well as a Refugee Road. The project is funded with $100,000 in funding from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. This project also is approved under the county's 2018 action plan. The HUD has met all requisite citizen participation requirements.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 369-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 369-19 has been adopted.
Great.
Resolution number 370-19, review a petition to annex 4.2 plus or minus acres from Franklin Township to the City of Columbus, case number annex-06-19.
This resolution is to consider an expedited Type 2 annexation petition of 4.2 acres from Franklin Township to the City of Columbus. The area to be annexed includes property located at 4407 Trayview Road, 4415 Trayview Road, and 4455 Trayview Road. All three of those parcels are south of Trayview, east of Interstate 270, north of Interstate 70, and west of North Wilson Road. The petition was filed by agent and attorney Jackson B. Reynolds III of Smith & Hale, who is in attendance if you have any questions. On behalf of the property owners Millicent Johnson, Pierre and Sherry Johnson, and John Gagnon. 52.4% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with Columbus, and the city passed ordinance number 1140-2019 on April 29, 2019, indicating the services that will be provided once the annexation is approved, and a statement regarding incompatible land uses in a zoning buffer. Petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.021 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, Move for adoption of 370-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 370-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 371-19, review a petition to annex 2.633 plus or minus acres from the Washington Township to the City of Columbus, case number annex-09-19.
This resolution is to consider an expedited Type 1 annexation petition of 2.633 acres from Washington Township to the City of Columbus. The area to be annexed includes property located at 6488 Hayden Run Road. That's east and north of Hayden Run, south of Hayden Run Boulevard, and west of Avery Road. Petition was filed by Agent and Attorney Jackson B. Reynolds III of Smith & Hale, and again, he is in attendance if you have any questions, on behalf of the property owner Ronald L. and Jody L. Wallace. 77.3% of the site's perimeter is contiguous with Columbus, and the applicant has provided a copy of the annexation agreement between Washington Township and the city. Therefore, the petition meets all statutory requirements outlined in Section 709.022 of the Ohio Revised Code, and pending any questions, we request your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 371-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 371-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Child support enforcement.
Resolution number 372-19, authorizing Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency to enter into a research agreement with MDRC for the evaluation of the procedural justice informed alternatives to contempt demonstration.
Good morning, Commissioners. Susan Brown, representing Franklin County Child Support Enforcement Agency. This resolution authorizes the agency to enter into a research and data sharing agreement with the social research firm of MDRC for the Procedural Justice Informed Alternatives to Contempt Grant Project, or PJAC. This agreement lays the groundwork for disclosure, collection, use, and protection of client data collected through the project. PJAC is an 1115 federal demonstration grant. It tests the effectiveness of providing administrative alternatives to the traditional judicial contempt process. Through this agreement, MDRC will be able to evaluate the data, test the efficacy of incorporating these principles into child support practices as a cost alternative means, alternative to contempt, and whether this process provides a means to collect a greater amount of support from those who have been referred for non-payment. Pending any questions, I request approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 372-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 372-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Purchasing.
Resolution number 373-19, approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $671,036.25.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Megan Perry Balanier, Interim Director of the Purchasing Department. The resolution before you this morning requests your approval of 76 purchase orders. Included in this resolution are 21 eligible POs totaling just over $51,000. These are defined as POs in which small and emerging business enterprises are likely to participate. Of these POs, 10 were awarded to SEBEs totaling $20,474.35, which is 48% of the eligible PO volume and 40% of the eligible PO dollar value. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as to the availability of funds by the county auditor. Pending any questions, I recommend their approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 373-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 373-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 374-19, a resolution to authorize the execution and delivery of a memorandum of understanding by the county and the county treasurer with the Franklin County Convention Facilities Authority and other matters relating thereto.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Josh Grossman with Dinsmore and Scholl, and we're bond counsel. I have with me Jordan Edmonds. He's an in-house attorney for the Franklin County Convention Facility Authority. This is a resolution to authorize the execution and delivery of a memorandum of understanding by the county and the county treasurer with the FCCFA. Last year, the authority issued its $18 million parking garage improvement revenue bonds, Series 2018, to finance the construction of an approximately 650 vehicle parking garage facility on land adjacent to the east side of the convention center. These bonds were sold and continue to be held by the county treasurer, and the FCCFA would like to issue up to $6 million of additional bonds to be purchased by the county treasurer to finish certain parts of this project. To set forth the plan of finance, this resolution authorizes the county treasurer, and the authority to enter into the memorandum of understanding. So pending any questions, we would ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 374-19.
Second.
Moved and second voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution 374-19 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Resolution 375-19, authorizing the execution of an amended and restated ground lease for the real property located at 300 West Broad Street.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Janis, Deputy Administrator, pinch hitting for my colleague Chris Long this morning, who's out on business travel. This resolution and the next four are related to the National Veterans Memorial and Museum. For this and the subsequent resolutions, we do have guests with us today. I want to introduce them and make them available if you have any questions or would like to hear from them. They are retired General Michael Ferreter, who is the President and CEO of the National Veterans Memorial and Museum. Amy Edwards Taylor, the Chief Operating Officer of the Columbus Downtown Development Corporation, and Matt Lutz, the Chief Development Officer and General Counsel of CDDC. This first resolution, Commissioners, is the execution of an amendment and restated ground lease because of a change in the Ohio Revised Code that allowed for the Board of Commissioners to enter into a lease agreement directly with NVMM Limited, the organization that is the holding for the National Veterans Memorial and Museum. We recommend this resolution to amend the lease to allow us to lease directly with that organization.
Before we start doing the approvals of this, Lieutenant General Ferreter, would you like to come on up and just say a couple of words about the the National Veterans Memorial and Museum while you've got the microphone? Welcome.
Well, thank you, Commissioners, and thanks for the opportunity. They always say never give a retired general a microphone, but I'll take it in this case. Just about a year ago, I came to this great city and saw the National Veterans Memorial Museum for the first time, and was asked to take on the task of being the founding CEO and the president of this great institute. On the 11th of June, Margie and I moved to this warm and friendly town and began. They told us to do two things, or me to do two things. One, hire my staff because no one else had been hired, and open in 80 days. And so we were off and running. I want to, it's a real honor to speak with you this morning and with our group. And I want to thank you personally, the three of you, for the outstanding and amazing support you've given to the National Veterans Memorial Museum in the past and as you continue. So for 6.5 months now we've been open. We've hired a team and we've trained the team, and we've delivered an amazing series of events. We've had over 50 special events, and as people come in and see it, whether they come on a tour, personally walk in, or come to an event, they come back repeatedly. The high school and grade school field trips are growing in numbers. We have more than 97 scheduled now. The retirement home and the vets homes are coming as well. We've had a great Veterans Day ceremony this coming weekend, and on Monday we'll have Memorial Day service there, and we've invited you to join us. We'll do an upcoming Flag Day, the Army birthday, and we've begun two programs that we're proud of. The first is called Rally Point, the first Saturday of each month, we bring in veterans, let them have a brunch, but also ensure that they're safe, that they have a place to live, and that they have employment. And so we've helped them in transitioning. The third Saturday, we call it Youth Ambassadors for the underserved kids of the community, both within the city and in the Appalachian, to come in and be docents and ambassadors and really let them see great role models. And someday, when they're history majors and businessmen and women, that they'll say, who was it that ever thought to put this great museum and memorial in town and to invite us? So we see ourselves as both a draw within the community to come and do great activities, and also a draw to the city and to bring people to Columbus and to Franklin County. And I think we're off and running and things are going great.
Great.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you.
So including opening day and then the pre-tour that you guys arranged for us to have, I've been 4 times now. And I just, every time I go, I try to figure out when do I come back next, but more importantly, who do I bring? Because when I go there, I feel like it's something I want to share with people. I think that's the kind of the overwhelming thing that I have is who is the next veteran that I want to share this with? You know, who I took my father-in-law, I took my brother. I have another brother that I want to take who lives out of town, so that's why I haven't brought him yet. But so every time I go, I feel like, you know, that's the biggest question I have is who's the next person I want to share this with?
Great.
So and my kids, I was telling Amy last week, my kids loved it. Just, you know, and I have one of my kids hasn't seen it yet, so she was in school when we went. She was actually, I think I was telling her, she was in Cuba when we went, which was a unique place to be when the rest of us were at the memorial. But so I need to take her and see it as well. But I think that's kind of the coolest thing about the place is each time I'm there, I think about coming back, and I think, who do I want to bring back with me the next time I come? So it's a great place. If you haven't been yet, the place is wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks for those comments. And yes, keep bringing people back. That's a good thing.
You know, Friday at Milvet's luncheon, there were people telling me how much they appreciated the memorial and museum, and that was really gratifying. It was nice to hear, and I know you were there. I'm sure you heard the same kinds of messages. It's a special place for people who have served, but it's also a special place for them to talk about with their family members who have not served and to tell that story in a unique way. So thank you.
Well, it wouldn't be there without your support, so thank you.
Thanks.
If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 375-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 375-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 376-19, authorizing the execution of environmental conveyance for property located at 300 West Broad Street.
Commissioners, this resolution would authorize the execution of a covenant with the Ohio EPA and the United States EPA related to an environmental spill and cleanup and remediation back in 2014, as you'll recall, as we were building the new Vets Memorial. Pending any questions, would recommend approval of the resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 376-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 376-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 377-19, authorizing the execution of an easement agreement with NVMM Holdings Ltd. and Scioto Peninsula Holdings Ltd. for the purpose of providing a drainage easement to Scioto Peninsula Holdings Ltd.
Commissioners, this easement would provide for the proper stormwater drainage of the western portion of the property associated with the continued development. Pending any questions, would recommend approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 377-19.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 377-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 378-19, dissolving the Franklin County Veterans Memorial Board of Trustees.
Commissioners, back in 1945, the citizens of Franklin County approved a levy for the construction of what was then Vets Memorial, and there was a Board of Trustees appointed in November of 1945. With the decommissioning of the building and now the new National Veterans Memorial and Museum in operation, this would then dissolve the existing board and allow for the county administrator to take any action necessary to inventory and receive all the property associated with. Pending any questions, would recommend approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 378-19.
Second.
Moved to second voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 378-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 379-19, resolution making initial governing board appointments to the National Veterans Memorial and Museum.
Commissioners, this would make the 5 initial Board of County Commissioners appointments to the National Veterans Memorial and Museum. There are 5 appointments: Paul Chodak, Janelle Coleman, Major General Stephen Markovich, Katie Wolf Lloyd, and Eric Smith. Pending any questions, would recommend approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 379-19.
Second.
Moved to second voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 379-19 has been adopted. Resolution number 380-19, reappointing by Pinder Jindal, P.E., C.P. to the Franklin County Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Services Board.
Commissioners, pending any questions, would recommend approval of this reappointment.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 380-19.
Second.
Moved to second voting, Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Brown?
Yes.
Resolution number 380-19 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Any journalizations today? Well, then, that means we are adjourned, and thank you, everybody. No.